Have you ever noticed how the world loves to call crazy anyone who decides to change their life? When you say you're going to drop everything, chase a dream, and create a new reality, people tell you, be realistic. But what if I told you that being realistic is exactly what's keeping you stuck? That to manifest the impossible, you must embrace conscious madness. Because the real problem isn't being out of touch with reality, it's believing that the reality you live in now is unchangeable. In this video, you'll discover why looking crazy is the only way to create something extraordinary. You'll also learn how your mind, your emotions, and your beliefs are shaping everything you experience right now. So before we continue, comment below, "I choose my reality." Let's activate this new frequency of manifestation together. Ready? Take a deep breath and come with me. To understand why you need to go crazy to manifest, we have to talk about science, consciousness, and truth. One of the greatest researchers of the human mind, Jacobo Grinberg, devoted his life to investigating how reality is constructed within us. His studies on the neuronal field revealed that the reality we perceive isn't objective. It's shaped by our deepest emotional beliefs. According to Grinberg, what you believe with emotional intensity becomes the foundation of your physical experience. That same insight was championed by Neville Goddard, who taught that the subconscious mind accepts any emotionally charged image as absolute truth. And once that truth is accepted internally, it manifests externally, in your life, your circumstances, your destiny. The convergence of these scientific and spiritual ideas shows us something undeniable. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you truly believe about yourself and the world. That's why, when you break free from common logic, abandon inherited patterns, and dare to believe in a reality you can't yet see, the world begins to reorganize itself around you. This is the sacred madness of manifestation, and that's what we're diving into now. Here's a truth nobody likes to hear. We're all already crazy. The difference is that some of us choose our madness, while others live trapped by it without even realizing it. From childhood, we're programmed by parents, teachers, culture, and society to see the world in a certain way. This emotional programming becomes so normal that we confuse conditioning with reality. What most people call common sense or being realistic is actually a collective mental state of limitation masquerading as sanity. When someone starts to dream big, change habits, or transform their life, the chorus begins, "Be careful, keep your feet on the ground, don't get your hopes up." But these voices aren't reason. They're the echo of fear, mediocrity, and inner prison. Jacobo Grinberg said we're trapped in a perceptual mesh woven by our own beliefs. That means the world you see isn't the world as it is. It's the world as you've been conditioned to believe it is. And the more you reinforce that belief with emotion, the more it solidifies as your reality. This is unconscious insanity. So when you decide to live a new lifestyle, change your identity, launch a bold project, or align with a new vibration, you need to do something radical. Own your own madness, but not just any madness, a lucid, conscious madness. The kind that questions the crowd's logic and dares to imagine realities no one else has the courage to envision. This chosen madness is a form of higher sanity. It allows you to break free from inherited patterns, access the realm of pure creativity, and manifest a new version of your life. It's not about escaping reality. It's about recognizing that the reality you're in is an illusion built from an emotional past, and therefore it can be dissolved, remade, and elevated. The irony is that those who mock crazy dreamers are themselves hypnotized. They're so attached to the past and so identified with suffering that they call stagnation prudence. Once you understand this, a new power begins to emerge within you, the power to consciously choose your madness. And that's exactly where the magic of manifestation starts. When you stop asking for permission to dream, when you stop waiting for the world to validate your vision, and when you allow yourself to live a new reality internally, even if no one else believes in it. Now that you've grasped that we're all already crazy, let's move on to what truly separates those who manifest their desires from those stuck in the cycle of repetition. The illusion of reality and the power of the new mental tape. What you see around you, your bank balance, your body, your relationships, your career, isn't the present. It's the past materialized. It's the result of what you believed, felt, and reinforced emotionally days, months, or even years ago. The reality you call now is just the reflection of a mental tape you've played over and over inside yourself. This means you're not trapped by what you see, but by what you believe about what you see. And that's the key to understanding why you can change everything around you without touching anything outside yourself. It all begins with your emotional conviction, what you feel is true on a deep level. The mind works like a projector. And like any projector, what you see on life's screen is just the image of the tape running inside the machine. That tape is made up of your dominant beliefs, your self-concept, your emotional vibration. As long as you keep believing that what you see is more real than what you feel, you'll stay in an endless loop. What I see makes me believe, and what I believe manifests again. Breaking that cycle takes courage. You need to stop giving reality more reality and start giving your vision more reality. You need to install a new tape, a new emotional conviction, and resist the urge to remove it when the world doesn't react right away. The old tape is still playing, but it will end. And when it does, what emerges will be what you've held as true inside. The subconscious mind doesn't question, doubt, or judge. It just executes. And if you replay a new tape with emotional intensity, clarity of intention, and consistency, it will begin to project that new reality. Even if at first you look like you're delusional. That's exactly the kind of madness that separates doers from spectators. Imagine this, your life is stuck, but you start affirming with conviction and feeling, I am prosperous, I am free, I am prepared. The external world says otherwise, but you don't change your tape. You maintain the vibration of your new reality. And then, day after day, synchronicities arise, opportunities appear, people show up. Is it magic? No. It's the result of changing your tape. This is the true alchemy of manifestation. That's why the only thing real isn't what you see, but what you believe and feel right now. The physical world simply mirrors the tape you've played most powerfully. Are you ready to choose your possibilities consciously? Every version of you already exists. The millionaire you, the healthy you, the passionate, fulfilled you, just as the failed, tired, lost you exists. None of these realities needs to be created from scratch. They're already available in the infinite field of possibilities. What determines which one manifests is a single thing. Which version you're emotionally identified with now. The human mind doesn't operate only on the physical plane. It's a portal, a transmitter and receiver of frequency, as Jacobo Grinberg said. Through the subconscious mind, you send vibrational commands to the universe. And it's this field of consciousness that shapes the world around you. But the problem is, we've been conditioned to choose the same old possibilities based on what we see, not on what we want to see. To consciously choose a new possibility, you have to flip the script. Instead of observing the world and reacting, you decide who you want to be and start behaving, feeling, and thinking as that version of yourself. This isn't pretending, it's creating. It's you shifting from being an effect of reality to becoming its cause. This process demands a type of lucidity that looks like madness to others. While everyone else is scrambling to fix external symptoms, you dive into the heart of creation, your internal state. The only way to truly change your life is by altering your dominant state of consciousness. And that starts with deliberately choosing new thoughts, new mental images, and, above all, new emotions. When you feel intensely that you already are who you want to be, the universe begins aligning everything to make it so. And this happens even if nothing around you changes immediately. Remember, there's a delay between planting a seed and harvesting its fruit. But that doesn't mean reality isn't shifting. It's quietly reorganizing itself in your favor. Your only job is to stay in the frequency of the version you wish to live, even when faced with contrary circumstances, even when it seems like nothing has changed. Because that's exactly where the magic happens. That's the moment the old reality loses power and the new one takes shape. Consciously choosing your future possibilities isn't about hope, it's about identity. You don't have to wait to be something. You have to decide to be it now and sustain that decision with thought, emotion, and action. The world has no choice but to respond to who you are. Who will you choose to be from today onward? Which version of yourself are you ready to access? The answer lies in the silence of your mind and in the vibration you choose to carry from this moment on. Everything is vibration. Everything in the universe emits a frequency, even you. Your words, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, each element of your life is an energetic broadcast. That means the reality around you is actually a precise response to what you're vibrating right now. Life doesn't listen to your wishes, it listens to your frequency. Jacobo Grinberg pointed out that the neuronal field is a mesh of interaction between consciousness and reality. This means the world you call reality is the result of what your vibrational field constantly resonates. The law of attraction, seen from this angle, becomes a law of resonance. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. If you vibrate scarcity, even while desiring abundance, you'll keep experiencing limitation. If you vibrate insecurity, even while desiring love, you'll attract relationships that confirm your doubt. The universe is exact. It always responds with the same type of energy you offer. That's one reason why merely repeating affirmations or visualizing outcomes isn't enough. If inside you carry fear, doubt, anger, or guilt, your vibration is misaligned with what you say you want. Resonance doesn't respond to words. It responds to your state of being. So how do you change your vibration? The answer begins with integrity. Energetic integrity means acting, thinking, and feeling in alignment with what you wish to live. That means if you want prosperity, you must vibrate gratitude, presence, and responsibility. If you want love, you must vibrate self-acceptance, confidence, and openness. It's not about pretending everything is fine, but about raising your frequency through emotional honesty and vibrational discipline. Everything you consume, from food to content, conversations, music, environments, and people, directly influences your frequency. Once you understand this, you begin to protect yourself energetically, not out of fear, but out of awareness. You choose what enters your field because you know that whatever enters reverberates. This is the silent secret of those who manifest with ease. They cultivate the frequency before they receive the result. They don't wait for life to improve to feel peace. They feel peace and let life respond accordingly. They don't wait for success to feel confidence. They cultivate confidence, and then success arrives. You are an electromagnetic being, a living antenna, and your external reality is always the echo of your internal vibration. Resonance is spiritual mathematics, and the clearer your field, the faster and more naturally reality transforms. It's not magic, it's vibration. True manifestation doesn't happen when a desire is fulfilled. It happens when you decide to live as if it's already fulfilled. The turning point in anyone's life who transforms their reality is the firm decision to assume now the identity of their future self, the one who already lives the life they desire. This principle may seem counterintuitive. After all, the conditioned mind insists on waiting for external change before feeling something new. But that logic is the greatest saboteur of manifestation. Because while you wait for an external sign to transform internally, you keep emitting the vibration of scarcity, waiting, and doubt. And as we've seen, reality responds to your dominant frequency, not your conscious intentions. Assuming the identity of your ideal self is an act of faith, but also of spiritual intelligence. It's understanding that the universe can only deliver what you're ready to receive. And the most efficient way to prepare is to become now the person who already lives that reality, not in theory, but in practice, in the thoughts you choose, the emotions you sustain, and the actions you take. If your future self is healthy, that person doesn't just want health. They eat well, move their body, care for their sleep, and breathe mindfully. If your future self is prosperous, they invest in themselves, make bold decisions, manage resources wisely, and vibrate confidence. If that self is at peace, they let go of resentment, quiet mental noise, and cultivate presence. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about recognizing that this version already exists within you, waiting to be activated. And activation happens through the conscious repetition of aligned choices. Day by day, you strengthen this new identity until it becomes second nature. Great spiritual and scientific masters agree. The world is a reflection, not the cause. The mirror only shows the image after you position yourself before it. If you don't change what you project, you'll keep seeing the same reflection. So smile before the mirror smiles back. Be before the world says it's allowed. Trust before there's evidence. Identity precedes experience. You don't live a new life and then transform. You transform and as a result, begin to live that new life. And the more you sustain this decision, the more the universe bows to your clarity. That is true manifestation. Not obtaining something, but becoming someone. And that decision starts now. If you've made it this far, you already know. Manifesting the reality of your dreams isn't about luck or timing. It's about identity, vibration, and courage. The courage to look crazy in the eyes of the world. The boldness to install a new mental tape even when everything around you says otherwise. And above all, the discipline to sustain this new frequency with integrity, consistency, and faith. Now it's your time to act. From today on, deliberately choose which version of yourself you want to align with. Wear that identity. Think, feel, and act like that version. Install the new tape and don't remove it. The universe is ready to respond, but it only moves when you position yourself. If this message touched you, leave in the comments, "I am the conscious creator of my reality." Write it as a vibrational seed. Declare to the universe and above all to yourself that the new version has already begun. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with anyone who needs a reminder of their power. The world needs your light, and it starts now.